He also creates Hopeless. And this is a typical example of Lichtenstein's romance comics, with its teary-eyed face and dejected woman filling the majority of the canvas. He's obviously made modifications to the original source, using vibrant colors and bold and wavy lines to intensify the emotion. And this is seen as a significant advance in his form, color, composition, and overall power of the image. In works like this, Lichtenstein derived enduring art from the fleeting form of entertainment while remaining fairly true to the source. So what he's doing is he's looking at the painting, looking at the original. He's creating his own image, so here we see one next to the other. And he's taking it from this fleeting form, from the comic book, something that is ultimately, and I know some of you will disagree, but is ultimately disposable, something that is meant to be gotten rid of, something that is only meant to be temporary. And he's making it solid and concrete. He's putting it on a canvas that can be 5 by 5 to 10 by 10 feet, thus making it concrete, the same way George Seurat does with his pointillism during post-impressionism. So he's making it concrete, and he's creating a form that we are willing to approach, but he's still using those ideas. He's still drawing an interpretation out of the viewer. So how's he doing that? Well, look at the words, because we're always going to key in on words. It says, "That's the way it should have begun, but it's hopeless." Now, we don't know what is hopeless. It could be a relationship. That's often the first place that we jump to, but it could be that she's having problems getting through her art history final. It could be that her car won't start. Could be any number of different things. That meaning why she's crying is going to come from you. You are going to provide that. So if we compare him, for example, to Apolloch, we get exactly the same idea. They're trying to draw this concept out of the viewer. So, as he's doing so, or Pollock is doing so, whereas Pollock requires you to stand in front of the piece and kind of pay attention to your train of thought, you are much more immediately going to assign a significance based on your subconscious to the comic. So it's almost giving you a shortcut getting to the same place, allowing you to explore your unconscious mind. But yet it's doing the same thing. It's drawing those unconscious thoughts out. So while one of these looks highly intellectual and very difficult to approach, at the same time, they're really doing the same thing. Different approaches, but they're ultimately doing exactly the same thing.